That's very odd.
It's never ever done that, does it? As long as you've had it. Which is your kill switch there, Ed?
That's what it is. You pressed the wrong thing, hadn't you?
What was it?
You put the engine stop button off.
We nearly had the barking bits then.
We did. Right, crisis averted.
It's not got self-cancellers. That's it, forget it.
Neither's that.
I didn't know.
No. Here we go then. Side stands down. I'll go first if you want, Tony. Okay. Welcome on board the Voge 525 DSX. And straight off the back, the first thing that you realise, it's very lightweight, or it feels very lightweight. Turns into the corners nicely. And this has got Kayaba adjustable forks on it. The suspension's really good. Yes, it's a really mirrors are nice, and for a 493cc engine it's quite bulky. It's got two modes on it. It's got a sport mode and an eco mode. We'll put it into eco after, but quite a nice place to be. So we'll run through the standard spec on this. You've got two engine modes. You've got Bluetooth connectivity with your phone and TFT screen. Obviously you can program turn by turn sat nav through an app on your phone. It's got a USB-C socket and I think and a cigarette lighter type socket, so very well equipped. Seat is firm but comfortable. It's got plenty of grunt. It's nothing, I think it's 47 horsepower, and when you open the taps get above 4,000 RPM. It feels really good. Throttle's a little jerky in sport, you'd get used to that. That's in 6th gear now, pulling like a train. Get it through these bends, quite a bit of wind noise. Yes, very impressive really. Rides very nice. Turns in really well, considering it's on semi-off-road tyres. Yes, very impressive. Handling through the bends. So what else have we got? Well, we've got spotlights on as standard, crash bars on as standard, all the LED lights all round, centre stand as standard, and you also get full aluminium luggage in the deal at the moment. The clutch lever is very light in operation. The throttle is really nice, very responsive, and it's a nice place to sit, especially on these twisty roads. Really good. Now I think I'd like to do a bit of tuning on the suspension if it was mine. These are factory settings. I think I'd just like a little bit rebound on the front, but it's not unpleasant. It's a very blustery day today in the Yorkshire Dales. Big thanks to Brian for allowing me to have a run on his Voge 525 DSX. Yeah, it's really nice. Quite impressed. Quite impressed. Now, Brian's put a sat nav on it, and he's got Oxford heated grips on it. Which about the only things that aren't standard. Yeah, tubeless spoke wheels and Metzler Torrance tyres on it. So it's a very, for the price of £6,000 plus on the road, it's a very, very good deal. Now the quality of the build is quite impressive. The panels fit nicely. There's no wires hanging loose, they're all sort of routed nicely. The switchgear is not the best in the world, but there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, hand guards obviously is standard. So if you're looking for a mid-sized adventure bike, 500cc, A2 compliant, this would probably be a very good buy. Now the only thing we don't know is, because Voge is a relatively new manufacturer in this country, is what the residual values will be like in a couple of years' time. But it has got 2 years warranty on it, so that's going to be worth something. And like I say, we don't know what the finish will be like after living through a British winter, but I would imagine that you're not going to have any problems at all, because the build quality, like I say, is very, very good. So yeah, it's very flickable, very agile. You can move it with the cheeks of your bum. As I say, it's got plenty of torque, because I'm not having to change down. It just really runs nicely. Oh yes, turns in really well. Getting a lot of wind noise around my head though, from the the windscreen. I hope it's not intrusive. So I'm just going to try and alter the camera's position a little bit so I can shut the visor. That might make it better. Yeah, the Voge 525 DSX gets a thumbs up from me. You can feel a little bit of a vibe coming through the bars, but it's not had that many miles on it yet. I think it's just done about 400 to 500 miles, 54 miles an hour. The TFT's nicely readable. Brian's fitted a Uncle Wang deflector on it, or reflector I should say, shade probably is a better way of saying it. But yes, it would be a nice bike to tour on this. Like I say, I'd like to have a dabble at tuning the suspension if it was mine and getting it to my liking. But it really is a nice bike, a nice ride. As I say, it's got quality parts on it. It's got Nissan brakes, like I say, KYB fully adjustable front forks and rear shock absorber, adjustable windscreen, you can just pull it up and down. So yeah, very good, very good. So it's certainly going to do Brian as a winter bike. That's what he bought it for, so he doesn't have to take his Harley out. So here we are, back on the Voge 525 DSX. Not a bad bike at all. It's quite comfortable. I like the way the seats split, so you've got something to park your bum on, and it's quite roomy. It's got a big bike feel to it. So yeah, very happy. It's built for roads like this. Yeah, it cracks along the road fine. Really nice. And if you're just cruising along the 45, it's got that initial little snatch on the throttle, but you'd get used to that. So yeah, I'm sure it'd be very easy to commute on. I mean, it has got, you know, nice pull away performance on it. 30 miles an hour in fifth, and it pulls away really good, very nice. As I say, in sport you get that initial throttle jerk, but other than that it's very nice. I'm just going to try and put it into Eco now. Yes, there we go, we're in Eco, so we'll see what that's like. This is in economy mode, I would imagine, but it doesn't, throttle's not quite as snatchy now. It's probably easier to ride in that in town, in the eco mode. So there it is, folks. There's not a lot you can say really. It's a nice bike. The engine's got a good power range. I mean, I don't know what the red line is on these. I would imagine about 8,000 RPM. But between 3.5 and 6, you've got all the power you need, and it winds on nicely. Even in 6, you've got enough power to pull away from things. The brakes are very progressive. The back brakes, yeah, very good. It doesn't like being in low revs in 5th gear. Give it a good rev. 4th gear's fine. So I would certainly consider one of these if I was looking for a 500cc, nearly 500cc bike. The competition, well, you've got the, I suppose, the Triumph Speed 400. You've got the CF Moto MT 450, seems to get a lot of praise. You've got the BMW, the Benelli 502 TRK and TRX, all in this price range. So I suppose you take your money and you know, fix your bike. But for the equipment on this, the spec of it, it's extremely good value for money. Yeah, and it's a decent ride. The seats seems to be fine. So there we go, folks. Thanks to Brian for allowing me to ride his Voge 525 DSX. Really appreciate it. As you know, I like to road test all types of bike, especially inexpensive ones, and considering the spec on this bike, it is inexpensive. So there we are. This is David Swordplay from the David Swordplays channel saying thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.